Yo, what is up, YouTube Nation? Today we're going to do some, we're going to do a little bit of, you can give Buddy a little bit of a trim on his hair. And the last time I gave him a little trim on his bangs because they were covered in his eyes. This time I'm going to give him a little trim on the body hair. I'm not going to do it all at once. When I cut his hair, I do a little at a time because he has so much of it. So what I normally do is I'll end up cutting where it kind of needs it the most. Like right now, I know it's like around his butt, it's real fluffy, and he could use some, I'll trim a little bit around there, maybe around his collar area. It gets real fluffy. I can tell like around his neck, it kind of bothers him around. He gets a lot of hair around his neck around here. I think that bothers him because he shakes his head a lot, and I notice that. And when I put his collar on, when I take him out and put his flea collar on and stuff, I could tell that annoys him because he has so much hair around here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that a little bit. And as you can see, I just grab a little bit of hair and just go like this. And then I sweep it up afterwards. And I just see like back here, there's a lot of clunky hair. And what I do is I just clip it. I just grab a big hunk of it, clip it, and it's that simple. I mean, it's not rocket science. You know, it doesn't take, you know, an expert to cut it. You know, you got to be careful around the neck and stuff. But when I walk them, a lot of people, they say, you know, after I completely, you know, cut his hair, they say, "Oh wow, where'd you take your dog to cut his hair?" And I'm like, "No, I just do it myself." You know, he doesn't seem to mind it, and he kind of likes it because he knows all that excess hair it's annoying for him, and especially when it starts getting really hot, it's really annoying for him. It gets, you know, makes him hotter, and he's probably more comfortable when it's shorter in the hot weather. And as you can see, it doesn't seem to bother him at all when I cut his hair. He's good. If somebody else were to cut it, I think it would annoy him and he would be barking and probably nipping at him. But he doesn't do that with me because I've been the only person that's ever cut his hair in the past, you know, 5-6 years that I had him. So he doesn't seem to mind it. He seems to enjoy it. And I just do a little at a time. You know, I notice the areas, because it's not even, it's not perfectly even, as if I used a pair of trimmers and zinged it. But it's really not supposed to be, you know. It's supposed to be a little, you know, some areas are thicker than others. And so I just basically, when I brush them, I notice the area, especially like you can probably see around here, back where his tail is, it's more clunky. So I just pick up more of it and just clip it, and he doesn't seem to mind it. I don't want to cut too much because we're still in early April and we still have some cold. You can see around at the top of his head, and we still get some cold days and nights. So I don't want to cut it too short right now. But I'm just getting it ready, and if it takes me a full month of doing it a couple times a week, trimming one area, another area, and doing that a couple times a week, after, you know, for maybe 15, 20 minutes, 10 minutes even, and then it's done. And I only do it a couple times a year. In the summer months, you know, really after I cut it, if he's completely trimmed by like June, maybe September I might trim it again, and then that's it for the entire winter. And then early spring I start trimming it again. I mean, their hair doesn't grow real fast. I don't think it grows as fast as human hair, but so I'm just taking a little out right now. As you can see, it's not that hard. You know, you can see like right around the shoulder area, it's a lot of fluff. It's fluffy around here. Huh, bud? You like that, huh? Yeah, it's around here. And he doesn't seem to mind it. Back around here. I kind of check it with my fingers. I kind of go through it with my hand. See around the shoulder right here, it's getting kind of long, but it's. And that's about it. I do around. You got to be careful when you're cutting around their ears. You don't want to cut their ear. Around his bangs, around his eyes, you got to be careful. You know, those are the areas around his neck. When you get close to his neck, you be careful. But you know, I just take my time and just do a little at a time. I don't do all of it at once. As you can see, cut a little bit off, and that'll be about it for today. And in about a week, I'll cut a little bit more, and as the weather gets warmer, I'll continue cutting it. And that's it for today. If you like what you see, make sure you subscribe to this channel and leave a comment below if you want to make a comment. So everybody have a good day, stay safe, and all right, peace out everybody.